I think off the bat, they should start with 50-50 custody and they can work it out between them.
Right.
Because I don't know why women are just assumed to be better parents when they're more likely to abuse the child, more violent towards their children. I think women are just more emotional. Like, women are more likely to wage war.
To do what?
To wage war. I know more men have because more men have been in power, but women are actually more likely to do it when they're in power.
Do you think a man would do a better job raising a girl than a woman?
Yeah. I think most men want their kids to turn out better. Most men want to be a part of that. One of the most likely times that a guy is going to commit is when post-divorce, because oftentimes she'll take half on
divorce,
the kids. In my experience, most men want to be with their children, even if it's in a shitty situation, for the most
100%.
part.
When it comes to single-parent homes where the father is the single parent, the kids tend to turn out better than when the mother is a single parent.
Do you know why that is?
It's after the age of like women raise better kids up to the age of like 7, where men raise better kids after, and it's because men are more consistent, where women are more emotional. So it's like confusing for a kid, like what's right, what's wrong, when mom's on her period once a month, and like today, like this is really wrong, but last week is kind of wrong, And the other thing is that men are better with money financially. So
Some men.
no, I mean
Majority.
the majority, like women make 70 to 80% of consumer buying decisions. We also spend more, even though we make less.
Wow, when it comes to paternity, it's like the universe is conspiring against us guys. I mean, the system seems to heavily favor the ladies, despite what we might think. Let me explain. Apparently, the most crucial factor in determining paternity is the name a mother puts down as the father on the birth certificate. And get this, she can write down any guy's name she wants. Now, I'm not saying that mothers are dishonest or anything like that, but this method relies entirely on their honesty and sincerity. So, if an unmarried mom gets pregnant and finds herself with more than one possible father, she can choose which one to list on the birth certificate. She doesn't even have to consider biology or genetics. That's some crazy power right there. Well, it seems like the age-old question of paternity is still a hot topic. Let me break it down for you. When it comes to paternity issues, the mother has all the power. Yep, you heard me right. She gets to decide who the father is, and even if he's not the biological dad, he still has to pay child support. How's that for a raw deal? Here's how it works. The mother can put any guy's name on the birth certificate, and that's it. No questions asked. And if she chooses a man who she thinks will be a better provider, he's the one who has to prove her wrong. But here's the kicker. A man only has a limited amount of time to challenge paternity, and the laws on this vary by state. Some states only give you 6 months, while others give you a little more breathing room with 2 years. But if you're married, most states will presume that you're the father of any children born during the marriage. But wait, it gets even better. Courts can rule that DNA testing is inappropriate because it can disrupt the stability of the family structure. As if putting the wrong guy's name on the birth certificate isn't already disrupting enough. And get this, society thinks that once a man has formed a bond with a child he thinks is his, there's no good moral reason to seek a paternity test and prove that he's been duped. That's right, folks. The needs of the child in paternity cases greatly outweigh the rights of the father. But there are some scholars who think that the moral father should be prioritized above all others. That's the man who has spent the most time with the kid and taken on parental responsibilities. But even then, they think there should be no chance for a father to contest paternity once a moral father has assumed parental responsibilities. Sounds like a raw deal to me. And to add insult to injury, in many cases, it's the mother who initiates divorce and decides to reunify her child with his or her biological father, leaving the moral father as nothing more than a visitor to the child. Talk about a slap in the face. But wait, there's more. In a paternity fraud case, the mother has committed the fraud, yet she is the only one who decides who raises the child and who gets financial support for the child. The father's ability to maintain the parental role is contingent on her decision, whether or not she had extramarital relations that resulted in the conception and birth of a child within the existing marriage, and whether or not she chooses to exercise her legal right to deny the husband's paternity is the most important factor in determining whether or not the husband can legally retain his status as a parent. So, let me get this straight. The mother has all the power and the presumed father none. He has no recourse to prevent the termination of his legal relationship with the child and must rely on her actions to keep his relationship with the child intact. And to top it all off, child support payments are made directly to the mother, so she receives financial compensation for her behavior without incurring any legal repercussions. It's enough to make your head spin. And don't even get me started on the fact that wives can challenge their husband's paternity claims and use their relationship with any children conceived through adultery or falsely claim to be his as bargaining leverage in the event of a divorce. It's like they get to have their cake and eat it too. In conclusion, when it comes to paternity issues, the mother has all the power and the father is left with the raw deal. It's time for some changes. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.